Welcome to the 2012 No Fluff Just Stuff tour. We're pleased to have this opportunity to present a new solution that I think you'll enjoy quite a bit. That is the iPad binder, replacing the binder and paper, the traditional model, with the iPad solution. So please direct your attention to the following video that gives you more details on how to use the iPad, and enjoy the show. We're going to take a look at the NFJS iPad solution. This is the home screen that you would see. It shows the name of the event, the date, location. Up here, your name, first and last name would be there. So that's the unit that's checked out to you. One of the things I would like you to do is take a moment and click on My Profile. Just confirm your email address, because sometimes the email address that was registered and your email address is different, because it could have been a group registration and that individual could have put their email address down for the entire group. Okay? You can also take a look at the event page, and it would list all your events and dates that you've attended to date, so you can see how many NFJS shows you've been to since you started. All right, let's get into some more of the good stuff here. We can go to the schedule. This shows a day-by-day schedule of the specific NFJS event you're attending. So in this case, we're looking at Friday's offering, and when you're making your decision on which sessions to attend, you can just choose one and get a full summary of the session. You get to learn about the speaker and also the session itself. Some of the sessions, not this one for instance, but some of them have a video session review as well. So you can click that icon and actually watch a 2-minute overview of the session by the speaker. Now you will note you can already look at the slides if you choose to do so. You can start generating notes on a specific topic. You can do an eval, and you can even send a question to the speaker. So let's look at this more closely. So I can call up View Slides. It shows the NoSQL Smackdown session, and I can basically start going through them and seeing what's on these slides. Okay? I can also click down at the bottom here and scroll. Maybe I want to see about halfway through, what does that deck look like, or 3/4 of the way through. You can see the page number right up here. Now the other thing that you can do while you're attending a session is you can take notes. So you just go up here to the little note icon. You'll see the box type pop up, and you can say, take a closer look. And you say save, and then what happens there is it'll save that note to that specific slide, so you'll have context to it. What happens, the notes are uploaded to your profile on the No Fluff Just Stuff website. So when you go up later and access it and you want to pull those slide decks down, what will happen is that note will appear in the corner of this specific slide. So that's a very cool feature. So you have annotated notes in context. All right, so that takes you through one session. Let's go take another look here at another session. So here's another background piece on a specific session, Rediscovering JavaScript. Here is the bio. And in this case, you'll see slides not available. So what this means usually is that the speaker is doing live coding. So you're going to be seeing a bunch of coding examples, and he'll give you a link to download that code at the end of the session. You can also do an evaluation after you're done with a specific session, saying, wow, that was really good. That was 5 stars out of 5. The delivery was good. The knowledge was good. Quality of slides not really applicable, so I'll give it a 3. And then on down here, and you can even say, was it too advanced? Was it just right? Too easy? And then you can type in a few notes. What did I like about that session? And how can this session be improved upon? So, and then when you're done with this, you just hit Submit Evaluation, and that's all done. So it shouldn't take you more than 1 to 2 minutes per eval. So that's the session evaluation process. Once again, you can also build an itinerary. So let's say you go through and you say, you know what, that one really looks good. I'm going to add that to my itinerary. And this second block of session, I think I'm going to go to this one, and I'm going to add that to my itinerary. That's another option. So you can literally lay out all the talks that you think you're going to attend. Not obligated to attend all those, but if you wanted to build out an itinerary so you just kind of have this profile of sessions you're looking at, that would be a great option. If you want to remove it, all you have to do is go back to that session and remove itinerary. Okay. Here's another example. Let's say I attended Understanding Enterprise Architecture with Mark Richards, and later on didn't have any questions at the time of the session, but maybe in the afternoon I did. So I can hit Add Question. It gives me context because it tells Mark that this has to do with understanding enterprise architecture, and then I could type in a question to him. Okay? So note, you hit the button, here comes the keyboard. When you're done typing, just hit keyboard, it makes it go away. Send question, and that will go to Mark, and then he'll send you an email response, usually within 24 to 48 hours. The other thing to notice on the agenda, so this is a 3-day show, so you have Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So you can look ahead to what's going on and hit Saturday and Sunday. So everything is detailed here in terms of the session times. Also, you'll see the rooms where the sessions are located. So this Salon C, this session is in Jefferson, and so on. Shows you your break times, also shows you your lunch, and the fact that we're doing expert panel on Sunday. So a full view of what's happening during these 3 days of this No Fluff Just Stuff tour stop. All right, let's go on here and look at speakers. If you want to take a full look at the different speakers, gives you the bio, gives you the sessions that they're doing at a particular show. So this is a really nice view to see who's speaking and what they're talking about. Okay, the My Itinerary we talked about. I'd started creating that with that first block of session. If you added all the sessions to your itinerary that you think you're going to attend, this would all be populated. All right, you can go to the notes section here. This gives you kind of a composite look of all the notes that you've taken. So you can see that no SQL Smackdown, where I said take a closer look, that's here. And if I had other session notes, they would be on here as well. You can, if you wish, email it to yourself. So you just click email and enter the email address and send it. Or else it's automatically going to be synced to the No Fluff site under your profile. Now, one of the nice things is everything's been preloaded to this iPad app. You do have wireless connectivity availability, but if for some reason the wireless network is not working, then there's not a problem because we can continue to look at slides, take notes, all those great things. Because the one thing you can do is take the iPad app, iPad itself, home at night, and upload from there, just connecting to your wireless network. So there's always ways to get the content from here to your profile at nofluffjuststuff.com. And let's take a look at the feedback. So right here, we have no records found, your questions submitted. So I don't have any questions submitted right now, so they're not listed. Now, if I had asked 3 or 4 questions of various speakers on sessions, they'd be right here. All right. Session evals. This would have all of the session evals that I had done up to date. Now, remember, I did that first one for Venkat, but if I had attended all 11 sessions, I would have 11 session evals. At the end of the show, and the last day, what we'd like you to do is a symposium eval. Very easy. Give us your overall rating of the symposium. Type in here, some notes, things that we could use in terms of what we could do better, what you liked, all those great things. What are the primary reasons you attended? Technical content, so you can X that box. There we go. What did you like most? What changes do you have? What other topics you'd like to see? And anything else that you'd like to mention, and click Submit Evaluation. Okay, a couple more things. Contact us if you have any suggestions while you're at the show in terms of improvements to the iPad app, things, kind of brainstorming activity that you want to get out before you have a chance to forget. This is a great way to do so. We're always looking for different and unique things that we can add to the iPad app to make it even better. Okay? And this last tab has questions overview. So if you did send questions into the various speakers, they would all be listed here. So you can take a look at the questions you generated over the duration of the show. So as you can see, it's very intuitive. Go back to the home. You can check out your profile, make sure that that's right. You can look at the full schedule by day, by time, choose the session, get additional information on it about the speaker, watch the video preview, do an evaluation, send a question to the speaker. All very straightforward. Okay? One last thing you will see is the ability to download the latest edition of the magazine, NFJS the magazine. You can do that. And if you get completely out of the app, you can also go to iBooks and take a look at the full 2011 NFJS the magazine issues. And here it is, right there. So what you'll see if you go to iBooks is it should populate all 10 issues from what we did in 2011. So during breaks or in the evening, you can take a moment and go, you know what, let's read this issue. And it'll take you right there. Now obviously you can also switch format since this is more magazine in nature, and you can read it. Okay? So that's a nice resource to have, kind of a bonus resource. All right, so back out there, we go back to the No Fluff app, and here we are. So pretty straightforward, very intuitive, easy to use. Like I say, take full advantage of it, take notes, ask questions. You know, you've got everything at your disposal. The nice thing about this app is we don't have to worry about running out of handouts. We save incredible amounts of paper. We generated last year over 1.5 million pieces of paper. That's now gone. The other thing that we look for you to do is help us to crowdsource charging of the units. So if you have some type of iDevice already, we ask in the evening when you get home that you just plug it in, keep it fully charged. Or at the show itself, we'll have various power stations where you can plug in the breakout rooms. Because we truly count on the iPads coming back to us at close to 100% power that we can when you check them back in the last day. So that's it. Enjoy the show. Thank you very much for attending the 2012 No Fluff Just Stuff tour. We hope you really enjoy this iPad application, that it truly moves us from a static environment of a traditional binder and paper to more of a dynamic environment with this wonderful solution that will continue to evolve and change over time, but I think you'll get a lot out of it as it is right now. So thanks again, and enjoy the show.